So hello there, I'm back. I know it's been a while. Um, why won't it let me back to game? There we go. So, um, last time we spoke with JC and
The wealthy have always been the ones to profit from one world government.
so stupid. So, I actually tried to record this before. I got about half an hour in, and the mic wasn't working for some reason. So this is a re-record, so I'm going to try and keep it brief, and we'll try and keep the things here. So, I'm going to know certain codes in this room, this Air 747, please ignore that. It's entirely down to the fact that I actually already played through it and ended up fucking up the recording. I might for shits and giggles put it up on my Patreon or something, but hey, hello there, how's it going? You doing alright? This is time for some more Deus Ex. It's your boy Deus Blackheart, blah 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 blah. So, this section concerns and annoys me because this section of the game is supposed to be the super deep. Oh,
That's the last one. Good work.
We're super deep. We're gonna get. We're talking about one world government. Blah 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 blah. It's bollocks. It's all bollocks. It's entirely bollocks. It actually annoys me how much bollocks it is. One world government as a concept is as a conspiracy theory is terrible because it doesn't work. There's too many people over a long enough period of time that you would fuck it up. Basically, is the short answer to this. There's lots of ways to discuss this kind of stuff, but I'm so I did like a 20-minute breakdown of how it's so incredibly wrong in all the different ways. So I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm so fucking done with it. I hate the idea of a one world government conspiracy theory because it's a bad conspiracy theory. It doesn't work. It doesn't function. Oh, but they could do this thing. No. However you think they're going to control you, it's much easier to control individual governments than it is to actually control a singular large population. A singular large population, like a single country, is way easier to control than every country on the earth. Doesn't matter what country you're in, doesn't matter what country you're in, the actual amount of people that you're governing is always going to be less if you... Wait, I can just... Let's see, can I block her in? I've done this before and like Navarre always kills him because, like, you know, Navarre. But I was just wondering, can I block her from actually killing him? It might be interesting to see if I can. I don't think I can. It'd be really funny if I could just... It's a weird noise. It's a weird fucking noise. Oh, the box is downstairs. Shit, we might be able to do this. It might be funny. But yeah, the concept of a one world government falls completely apart when you actually examine it for any real length of time. Oh, but the UN's, the UN's built on land donated by Rockefeller. Sure, and he's got libraries and all sorts. There's like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, man who felt guilty about having lots of money and also didn't want to be taxed to the moon proceeds to donate huge sums of money in order to protect himself and his long-term reputation. Shocker. Oh, the UN's going to do all this thing. UN doesn't even have a consistent peacekeeping force, in part because the Security Council is designed to stop bad shit happening to countries that quote-unquote matter when that thing was set up. Like, it's designed not to work. A prime example of that has been the Israel-Gaza conflict throughout all of 2023 and 2024, and we're now into 2025. There was an announcement that was apparently a peace deal, which may or may not have been postponed by the Israeli government. Can't speak to that at this time. But like, I just think that like, oh, it's like the UN is so toothless. It shouldn't be, but it is. It is a toothless fucking operation, and it always has been because it was designed to be. Right, I don't think this will stop Navarre, but it
I surrender. What? We're assuming.
Right.
Don't you want to hear why your
this.
brother came over to our side? He makes his own decisions. You know he wouldn't betray UNATCO without a reason.
Oh, she pushed
Good
it.
work. Now finish the job.
He surrendered. He's an unarmed prisoner. UNATCO policy protects him.
Terminate the prisoner, Agent. If you are too afraid, you are ordered to return to base on Manderley's authority. There is a helicopter waiting.
If you know something, just tell me.
The question you've got to ask, I'm surprised you haven't, is the obvious one. Who am I? Who made me, and for what purpose?
UNATCO has briefed me on my augmentations. Get to the point.
Return to base, Agent Denton. I will handle this.
Your parents were murdered precisely because they could have told you the correct answer to that question.
That's a pretty big claim.
You didn't have parents. The ones you knew were employees. You were made by a cabal of technophiles so crazed for power that they would control not only governments and people, but the chemistry of our bodies as well.
Leave us, Agent. Now. I have the command here now.
That noise is so fucking alien, I don't know.
Sounds like a picture-perfect description of the NSF.
Think bigger, Agent. Think global.
You have disobeyed a direct order.
Do you think it's an accident that the cure for the global plague is owned by a single corporation, and that it's kept so secret that only the tabloids dare print a story suggesting it exists?
The supply is limited. That doesn't mean there's a conspiracy.
But where does that corporation manufacture the cure? And where did your brother uncover the information that brought him over to our side?
Go on.
I can tell by the expression on your friend's face that she knows where I'm heading. UNATCO is completely correct to think that Tracer Tong will soon understand Ambrosia. He was the one who was going to receive the shipment.
Why tell me all this?
I've said nothing that UNATCO won't find on this plane's computer. But here's the secret. This is what Paul was so interested to hear from Tracer Tong.
Manderley will be disappointed in your insubordination.
So, the interesting...
That is what happens to a prisoner who tries to escape. Go to the helicopter now, Agent Denton. It is waiting at the airfield. Get to the helicopter. Manderley will want to see you.
Yeah, you can suck my dick as well. So, here's the other thing as well. The one thing that's really weird about Deus Ex, it's kind of set up like it's a capitalist organization, by which I mean I'm paid for individual missions. I should be getting like... Oh, I killed my legs. Fucking Jesus Christ. I'm going to be crawling for a long time back. Fuck. Well, I suppose it gives us time to discuss why everything in the core concept of Deus Ex is completely batshit mental and snorts so much snow that, quite frankly, it is amazing that this game functions at all. So, here's the inherent problem with basically all of Deus Ex as a concept in the older ones, not the modern ones. The modern ones were kind of hamstrung by being attached to this game, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that they had to have certain characters, they had to have certain things happen, yada yada yada. The thing is, statistically, it's more likely that corporations are more likely to do these kind of things than governments, because the one inherent flaw of all governmental systems that currently exist that are not dictatorships is that you can be unelected. Most people in most governments are maybe around for, what, 4 to 8 years? Maybe 5 to 10? Give or take? How much can you achieve in 10 years? How much can you achieve in 10 years? How can you implement world government in 10 years? No, that's impossible. Oh, but it could be a long-term conspiracy. Okay, but what if you don't win the next election? Oh, well, rigging. No. Get that fucking idea of things being rigged out of your head. Because in most democracies, that's not actually possible. I wouldn't call America a democracy, but that's because it is. Oh, but I vote for the president. Yeah, but you're not voting for the president. That's because of the electoral college system. You're actually voting for electors who vote for the president. The US system needs to update itself because it never did, basically. The electoral college system is currently being undercut by the National Interstate Compact. The idea of which is that when you vote for the president, the idea is that when the election is finished, the state will then allocate its electors based on the direct vote of the nation, not the state. And this would mean that your direct vote will count. Now, obviously, on an individual basis, that doesn't really mean anything. However, if enough states did it to form a 270 electoral college vote majority, it would then essentially mean that, yes, you are directly voting for president in that system, and it bypasses the Constitution. I have to explain this because America is literally the only fucking place in the world that uses this dumbass system that makes absolutely no fucking sense and never has. And the only reason it made any kind of sense in the first place was because in the 1700s, if you wanted to send a message, you could literally be looking at 6 weeks. So the idea of an elector was that they would go to a place with all the information that was local to it and make a decision based off their representation that they were supposed to be giving. Kind of like how a local MP is supposed to. But because it's America, it was just so much worse. I swear, every time they try to touch politics, everything they touch turns to shit on, like, fire. It's unreal. It's almost like this game engine. Haha. But the one world government conspiracy theory stuff never sat well with me for one reason and one reason alone. It doesn't make sense. Oh, the UN will. Yeah, okay, is that the UN that the US constantly undermines, has vetoed repeatedly, and just it does not pay any attention to? Yeah, that UN. You think that UN's going to do anything? The answer is no. I like the UN as a concept. I wish the UN was more powerful. I wish the UN was way more like the one world government people think it is, and it so fucking isn't. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, oh, well, you know, it was John D. Rockefeller. John D. Rockefeller's been dead for 100 years. Rockefeller has been dead since, like, what, 1926? We are now in 2025. He has been dead for so much longer than he was alive. His relevance is gone. Like, I don't even know what his... Like, do we even know what his kids are up to? Do we even care? No, because the real problems are the guys like Musk and Bezos and people like that who actually control lots of powerful shit, who have way more influence on people than governments, because they control the media that we see. And I don't mean that they're directly choosing what they do. No, they create the algorithm that curates things for them. They don't want to see a policy, they don't want to see something talked about. They can change their algorithm to remove something from relevance. That's entirely doable. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's a thing that has happened. The Cambridge Analytica stuff during the 2016 election of Donald Trump implied that Meta and Mark Zuckerberg has way more control over these kind of things than we gave them credit for. What started out as a literal hot or not website in Facebook has become this massive media conglomerate. And whether it's Instagram or Facebook or metaverse bullshit, which by the way, what a fucking terrible name. Who the fuck allowed them to name that shit? Metaverse. Ugh. Just sounds stupid. Anyway, the point is that there is this idea that quote-unquote elites are doing everything, when no, it's the businesses, and they've been doing it in the open for years, and they have quarterly reports. If you're a shareholder in many of these companies, they'll openly admit what they're doing. The whole shenanigans with Honey right now, who's owned by PayPal. Come on. Oh, for fuck's sake, Gunther, walk a tiny bit slower, you piece of shit. Talk to me, you bastard. Pay no attention to my legs. I'm moving at the same rate he is, so I'm having to try and cut him off. Fucking hell. This is an absolute goddamn nightmare. Don't break your legs, kids. It's really bad for you, okay? Hang on. I wish it... Right, it's not going to be here. Oh, I kind of wish there was a picture of him being like, "Urgh, my legs!" Like, Fallout style. I mean, what I will say is that I do hope that... I think it's in... I want to say it's Embrace server that currently owns Deus Ex. I really wish they would do something with it, but I don't think they are. I think Deus Ex is going to end up being lost media, which really sucks, because, like, Mankind Divided wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Sure, it was maybe a bit DLC heavy, and I haven't played any of it, but there's, like, loads of stories and stuff like that. Like, it wants to be played, but it won't get played by many people. I'm glad it was sort of free on Epic, or I bought it, so I can't fuck over that. Hey, Gunther.
Manderley has assigned me the peacekeeping occupation of the airport.
Standard procedure, it appears. I'm sure we can count on you.
I want to be the one to execute Lebanon.
Some bad news. Agent Navarra beat you to it.
Yes, of course. I will congratulate her.
Hey, about my brother.
A shame that we have to track down and kill one of our most advanced agents. At least we have one of you left.
Don't you think we should give Paul a chance to explain himself? He's been with UNATCO for years.
Only one thing can happen when you break your oath to the coalition.
But yeah, so Paul fixed the helicopter with no legs.
Gunther told me it's true. Paul's been working for the NSF.
This is gonna shake up the coalition, JC. I don't know if you realized how important your brother was.
The coalition will recover. I'm not so worried about the coalition.
UN officials will probably get involved. You'll have to keep your head down if you're gonna come through this in one piece. Sure you're ready to head back to base?
I'm ready. Let's move out.
Get in.
Okay. So yeah, like the whole. Hang on, I gotta wait for this noise to die down. It's a really fucking noisy game, I've noticed. Yeah, this game is really fucking noisy. Hang on, I'm actually gonna turn it down a notch. There. That should be a little bit quieter. Right. So, yeah, the problem... oh my god, I'm crawling. Jesus Christ. But yeah, the inherent problem with one world government as a concept is that it's just so ridiculous to me.
Manderley wants you to stop by his office. Don't sweat it if he chews you out. I think you made the right decision by not killing Lebedev.
Oh my god.
Don't worry. Manderley calmed down when he heard that Anna took care of Lebedev.
That's not good news. That's actually not good news. But yeah, what I would say is the UN don't have nukes. Can't really force anyone in this world to do anything unless you've got the power to back it up, unfortunately. Even Britain has nukes. But we haven't really been that relevant internationally for a while. We're kind of been used as pawns by... well, we've been kind of used to back up America during the war in Iraq. In fact, the vast majority of our casualties very early on were actually friendly fire. And we ended up giving over a whole bunch of our resources over to the Americans because they just didn't bring shit with them, so... It is what it is. The fact of the matter is, though, is that...
Manderley's blowing his top. You better go see him on the double.
The fact of the matter is that I personally, right, this is a political statement, I personally believe we are living through the end of the concept of nationalism. And the reason for that is that nationalism thrives on a lack of communication. I'm a Scotsman, living in the United Kingdom, and I'm sending this internet message out, and anyone on YouTube can watch it. Doesn't mean that they are going to watch it, but anyone can. These videos aren't restricted anywhere according to YouTube. If you can access YouTube, you can access this. So, where nationalism dies...
It's a question of who benefits society more.
But who decides that? You?
It's implicit.
I think Paul just had a soft spot for the plague victims.
Every human institution is like a pyramid. Those with ability are at the top. They're more important.
Maybe it's the foundation that's important. When the foundation's gone...
right.
They make the decisions. They keep the machine running. Therefore, they must be protected first.
I'm not saying Paul was right.
It's basic tactics. Protect your command centers, your airstrips, your industrial zones.
It's just the rationing. Seems like the government could pay VersaLife to manufacture more.
I want to deal with this. So, when I say we're living through the end of the nation state as we've currently known it, it's because nationalism, it's because the concept of nationalism is usually built on the premise of we are better than other people. And the problem with having access to information the way you do have on the internet is that, for the most part, you can find out exactly how good or how bad something is. There will be reviews, there'll be people talking about it, there will be documentaries, papers, there is stuff there, right? If you're willing to look for it, you can disprove a lot of shit. It's with legitimate resources, not just... oh, my friend Ernie shared a thing on Facebook. And the problem is that when you start to look at it from that perspective, when you start to think of it as a case of, well, nationalism is built on telling you you're better than other people and that other people are worse than you. How does that actually make sense when I can contact my buddy or contact somebody and find out exactly what it's like living there or exactly what this situation is? There's ways for you to abnegate the lack of information that you gain, or the lack of information that nationalism thrives on. Currently, we are seeing a lot of right-wing governments spring up across the world. I don't think that's a good thing, and I think a lot of right-wing governments are born out of frustration and misunderstanding, as well as misinformation. Here's a perfect example. When was America great? Because at any point in American history, you can point to some bad
Then what'd
shit
you
going
do?
on.
I chased him into the building.
Weren't you scared?
A little, but when I'm wearing this helmet, I've learned to set aside the instincts of a civilian and be completely professional.
They had assault guns.
All right, okay, back to the Medicaid. Right, so here's an example. Let's go for an example. Let's say you're saying pre 9/11, right? That's actually a great point. Pre 9/11. Okay, let's bite. Pre 9/11. Okay, we had the rise of ooh, yes, we want ballistic shield because I keep eating bullets. Cool. Now heal me the fuck up. Ah, there we go. So pre 9/11, we had a lot of anti-gay stuff, which really didn't need to be there. And, you know, gay marriage wasn't legal, yada, yada, yada. Like, there was lots of... It was not a great time for everyone. Okay, let's go... Let's say the 90s. Okay, in the 90s, it was even worse for gay people in a lot of very tangible ways. So, not exactly good for everyone. It wasn't great. The 90s was, I will say, however, the first time in many people's lifetimes that war was not a constant threat. The Cold War was over.
A few slugs, but
Russia had stopped being the Soviet Union. It had become Russia. So, like, the big threat was over.
I can't believe it, JC. What got into Paul?
I guess he got a better offer.
What a blow. I don't know how we'll recover. It's almost like losing a son.
I don't understand it myself, but we've got to go on. Is Manderley available?
Go right in, JC. He has a lot to discuss. Incidentally, I haven't been able to reach Jaime. If you cross paths, could you mention that Walton Simons is looking for him? I'm guessing he's in the break room.
I'll let him know.
Okay, so let's go back. So the 80s. First half of the 80s, there was lots and lots of profit being made, but it's also where a lot of deregulation happened, and a lot of people were kind of hurt by that. There's a lot of like dangerous toys and things like that were going on that time. This is not even to deal with the fact that there were still a lot of people struggling with things. In the back half of the 80s, you had the crash of 88, the crash of 87, which screwed everything and made everyone way worse off. And then you had the collapse of the Soviet Union, and it kind of felt like two big guys had like, spent the last 50 years or so punching the crap out of each other, only to both of them get knocked out. 70s. Oh, you mean the oil shortages and the riots? You know, the Black Panthers? That shit wasn't good. It wasn't great, but it wasn't good. Let's have a look further back. 60s. Well, Cold War was in its height. Stalin is dead, which I guess was kind of good for everyone. What else did we have? In the States, you had free love, which was good, but you also had the repression of that. There was a lot of bad shit going on in the world generally. The 60s was... Oh, Vietnam. Who the fuck can forget Vietnam? Vietnam wasn't good. You go back to the 50s. What, when black people didn't have rights? When was America great? You can keep going back and you'll not find a time when America was great and there wasn't some person or some group of people that were actively being suppressed and treated like shit. So, nationalism is built on two things, nostalgia and a lack of communication. And the thing is, people like Trump was born in 46, by the way, right? People like Trump
You better
and
not keep him waiting.
Nigel Farage is another good example of it. He's like a British Trump, but he's a lot less liked. And because of how the system works, you can't vote for him directly. But Farage is like my mum's age. He was born in the 60s, but he's talking about stuff that happened before he was born, like he was there. And that inherent nostalgia of, oh, it was better when you were younger. It was better when you didn't know. It's built on this idea of not knowing all the downsides.
All right, Tintin. What the hell happened? You were under direct orders. My orders.
Sorry about not killing Lebedev. He seemed worth interrogating.
Like a UN
We
agent?
don't give you enough information to make a call like that.
I guess that means I don't get the op bonus?
You can turn in your weapons right now if you're going to be a smartass.
I risked my life and I recovered the ambrosia.
I wish there was an
deserve
option to do that.
compensation.
It's the end
You don't
game
have
there.
time for trifles. Whatever, take it. But it will be the last one. Clearly monetary incentives don't work with you and Paul.
I try to do the best job I can.
Just shut up and listen for a second. Christ, JC, this kind of behavior, not to mention your brother's defection. is making certain powerful people very nervous. Nervous about you. You understand the importance of loyalty, don't you?
Yes, but...
Well, that's what seems to be missing in you and your brother. Brace yourself for an ugly lesson, JC. The Coalition has shut down Paul's augmentations and has activated the kill switch.
Activated what?
He's our enemy now. He's gone, JC. The Coalition wants you to understand that he's just another terrorist, like the ones that have died by your very hand this evening.
Can they really kill him? With the press of a button?
No.
Yes, and you too. So take these orders seriously. They're sending you to Hong Kong.
What about Paul? Will I get to see him again?
Please, just get your equipment and meet our pilot Jock at the helipad. You'll need to take out a man called Tracer Tong, Paul's contact in Hong Kong. Prove that they can trust you. JC?
Yes.
It's critical that they trust you.
Here's the thing about this as well, right? No fucking way would they let somebody... No fucking way would they let someone have all these augmentations and not tell them, hey, there's a kill switch. There's no fucking way that would be the case.
I just can't get over it. How could Paul do this to us?
Huh. Locked. Locked. Hang on, can I smash this? Fuck everybody, I'm stealing all their shit. This is the break room.
What kind of pain?
Behind the eyes, a sharp burning, almost electrical.
How's your bioelectric level?
It's always at 100%. I like to stay prepared.
That's probably it right there. Free radicals. You should charge your systems only when they've been significantly drained.
Free radicals!
I wasn't informed
Oh my
of that.
god.
It's a lot like an electric razor. If you leave it plugged in all the time, the battery loses its 0 point. Just watch your levels.
Interesting. Thanks, Doctor.
Let me know how it goes.
I saw you listening in. Yes, it's true. I have augmentations like yours.
Don't you work down in Washington?
Actually, I'm the director of FEMA.
Sounds like you wouldn't have much use for physical augmentations.
You underestimate the demands of my work. We deal with every sort of natural and unnatural disaster you can imagine.
But you're the director. You work behind a desk.
Am I behind a desk right now? No, I'm not. That's because we have a situation here in New York. I got to my position because I can fix things. You will see shortly because, as you have probably noticed yourself, this agency is broken and needs an overhaul.
FEMA is an American institution designed to help people through natural disasters, and people are so fucking scared of them, it just confuses me.
What do you mean by overhaul?
You will receive a memo in a few days. I am still collecting data.
UNATCO was very effective this evening. We recaptured the shipment.
You don't have to worry, Agent. It's the softer elements I am after.
Like who?
You're beginning to exceed your clearance. What are you? Angel OA?
Excuse my persistence. I'll wait for the memo.
Good. Carry on.
Yeah, so that wouldn't make any sense. Just want to clarify this. UNATCO is United Nations terrorist anti-terrorist coalition, right? Which means it's international. Doesn't matter that it's based in the United States. The United States doesn't have specific jurisdiction over it.
Guess you guys found each other. Get everybody patched up?
I did my best. You're looking good.
Never felt better.
They just dropped off a few liters of the ambrosia you recovered, by the way.
Good work out there, Denton. I want you to know, we will not let your brother's activity cast its shadow on you.
Yes, sir. I'm grateful for that. I just wish we'd found out sooner.
No harm done. We have you to take his place.
Is a few liters going to be enough?
Well, no one on staff's gonna catch Grey Death this month.
Paul said UNATCO uses the ambrosia supply to influence national governments. What do you think about that?
So it's true. He went over to the NSF.
He makes some sense. I ignored the mission objective of killing his boss, Juan Lebedev, but Agent Navarre intervened.
What did Mandalay say?
He boxed my ears. No big deal.
I'm surprised he didn't fire you on the spot.
He gave me one more chance. I'm on my way to Hong Kong.
Good. Maybe you'll find out what's got into Paul.
Oh.
If there's a conspiracy, it's a VersaLife. They're the ones making money off the play.
That's the real truth of it. If there's a conspiracy anywhere, it would be at the corporate level. Right, let's go get ourselves some stuff. So yeah, corporations, however, don't have the same constraints as governments. Well, I said earlier, governments get unelected all the time, and it's true. Let's put it this a different way around. Companies aren't responsible to anyone except the shareholders. The only thing that matters is that the number goes up. They're more likely to engage in stupid things because they have no ethical responsibility to do anything. That's one of the reasons why companies get fined for a lot of the shit they do. I'm reminded of... Oh wait, hang on, that's the front door desk. Oh, that's the obstacle course. Oh, okay, hang on.
A lot of surprises this time. Paul, a terrorist. Wow.
He got me to disobey orders. I don't know what to think anymore.
I wonder what it is he found out. Why he'd defect.
He thinks he has proof of a conspiracy.
Wild stuff, huh? I'd like to hear what he has to say. If you hear from him, or if you find out where he is, don't worry about the info link. I'll erase the archives.
Cool.
You think he's right?
Worth hearing him out. I've never known Paul to make a mistake. Manderley was tuned in when you reached the 747. It really is all over for Paul. I know it can't be easy for you, not knowing where he is.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that too much. So, yeah, companies, on the other hand, don't have the same moral constraints that that a government has. A government is still responsible to its voters, as it were.
I said no more questions. I have good reason to hold back the announcement. Dismissed, Agent.
Dismiss these nuts. So, yeah, like, companies are more likely to do that kind of shit than governments, because companies can be in power for effectively as long as they're profitable.
How are you holding up?
Not so good. I don't know who to trust anymore.
No one blames you about Lebedev. You refused an order to kill in cold blood. Precisely your duty as a UNATCO peacekeeper.
Exactly.
Manderley certainly does.
He'll cool down. The important thing is that you obey your conscience.
Right.
Tell me what you need, and I'll load you up.
30-06.
Sniper rifle, 30-06.
You learn fast. I'm impressed.
I need that range. The range is gonna be the killer. Right, so... Well, that reminds me... Oh, I've got a decent amount now. I wish I could just reload in the fucking... Fuck off. Nope.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
He's got such a weird face. Anyway, so yeah, like, the companies, on the other hand, have done things. Like, in fact, if you ever heard the term Banana Republic, that actually comes from the fact... Oh, fucking Jesus Christ, what the hell was that? I'm gonna go... what's my health like? Oh, no, not my leg. It's taking some damage, fuck. So... Oh, I have enough of that ammo.
Hi, JC. That's against protocol, Agent.
Suck my dick.
Hello, Agent Denton.
You can also suck my dick. The thing is, the term Banana Republic actually comes from the fact that the company that is now responsible for... Is it Del Monte? It's the... Brain, please function. The company that is... It's Chiquita Banana Company, that's what it is. So the company that became Chiquita actually kind of convinced the United States government to overthrow a legitimately elected government in South America. So, because they were threatening to nationalize the banana industry. Companies are more likely to do this shit than governments, because governments can still get their asses kicked by their voters.
We'll miss you, Agent.
Whereas Shareholders don't care as long as line goes up.
I'm taking you to New York.
My orders are to go to Hong Kong.
Your brother's in trouble. You need to meet him in Hell's Kitchen at the apartment.
Cool.
What's wrong?
I'll let him speak for himself. He just wanted me to get you to the hotel.
So yeah, as I said, I'm more inclined to believe that companies will do bad shit over governments. Governments will do bad shit, but I'm less likely to trust a company because the company is not responsible to anyone. Its only responsibility is to propagate itself and to increase its profits. As long as the line goes up, its shareholders don't even care. If it's a publicly traded company, even more so. Alright.
Your brother's hurt pretty bad. You'll find him at the apartment. If he can walk, get him to come with you. I can pick you guys up in Battery Park.
Fuck. Yeah, something I don't miss about this game. Something that I will say is good about the more modern ones.
Sick of being shoved around.
Interesting how it pre-cached stuff. That's kind of interesting.
He's not my boyfriend.
And what is he?
He's Jojo. God.
I don't like him staying in my hotel.
Then evict him.
How'd you get mixed up with someone like that in the first place?
Jesus, Dad, do you expect me to do it? It's your hotel.
I just don't want any trouble.
Then get used to it. Jojo's the boss on this street. Nothing anybody can do about it. Mind your own business.
What's the trouble?
None of your business.
One of the neighborhood thugs, Jojo. He thinks he owns the block.
I can straighten him out. Just tell me where he is.
I get some rough people in here, but this guy, I don't know, he's jumpy.
He's just a punk. I'll take care of it.
Can you help me out? I could really use a gun for protection.
I'd rather not arm a civilian.
I would rather not arm a civilian.
You weren't gonna shoot nobody anyway, Jesus.
What am I going to do?
Besides, it's against the law for civilians to carry weapons.
That's not the truth
Tell
in
that to
America.
the gangsters.
Oh, I always
He wasn't gonna stand up to Jojo anyway.
I hate that argument. I hate that argument. I hate that argument. I hate it. Oh, well, just the people who break the law won't follow it. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. But hear me out. That doesn't mean you shouldn't pass the law. Ooh. Right, hang on. Can I climb down here? Yes, I can. I do have a lot of guns, but at the same time, I think I'll kill this Jojo guy. It was me, JC. Right. Okay.
What you just lying around for, girl?
Did she have anything on her? Oh. I took some damage as well.
Oh, Jesus, Sandra! Oh, Sandra!
I'm not reloading. I don't feel in the mood to do it. Locked. What do you mean strength infinite? This better have my brother in it, I swear to God. Oh, I might have to go all the way around and do the thing. Ah, oh, fuck. This is the one that doesn't have him in it. God damn it. Now I've used up all my fucking picks. Fuck. Hey, bro. Oh, fuck. What was the password again for this? I can't remember.
Is this kill switch real? What's it going to do to you?
I'm afraid that's, classified.
Manderly said you're going to die.
You've got to have God clearance to know. The nanites can be programmed for exponential growth.
There's a chopper that can take us to Hong Kong. You know Jock?
First, you're the only one that can help. I need to send the NSF distress code. UNATCO tracked Lebedev to the other NSF bases, and to Silhouette in France.
I came to get you out of here.
JC, you've got to believe me. UNATCO takes payoffs. Silhouette, the other terrorist groups, they're our allies.
You've done what you can for the rebels. Let's go.
You want proof? Pay a visit to the NSF headquarters. Down in the basement, protected by booby traps, a data cube sits on the edge of a table. My report to the militia leaders. Here, I have a photograph of the building. It's a couple blocks to the west, behind the bar.
And I suppose while I'm there, you want me to encrypt a signal with the NSF transmitter. Bypass UNATCO SIGINT?
A lot of people could die. My friend Chad, for example, the leader of Silhouette.
I'll check out the facility, but I can't promise I'll help the terrorists. Be ready to leave for Hong Kong when I get back.
I'll be ready. Hey, you might check in with Smuggler too. You'll need some extra firepower if UNATCO catches you snooping around. His place is to the northwest of the hotel near the subway station. He expects the password, Bloodshot.
Thanks. I can always use more hardware.
Cool. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Etod. I'm sure there was a code. I'm sure there's a code. Nope. Apparently not. Is there like a... Nope. Nope. Hang on, I'll ask him again.
You sure you're alright?
No worse than a bad cold. What kills me is just...
that they have this kind of power.
The power, yes, but the fact that it's been there from the beginning. A lot of things are starting to make sense. You remember Mom and Dad?
You think they knew?
Lebedev thought so. He said they were employees of the United Nations.
They would never have agreed to anything like a kill switch.
Remember, I knew them longer than you did, and after what Tong showed me, I'm pretty certain we don't have a stitch of DNA in common with either of our supposed parents.
Yeah, the implication is apparently they're kids, they're directly related to our boy Jensen. Supposedly. Which, I don't know how I feel about that one. Like, genuinely, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to feel about it. If they are related to if they are related to our boy, then obviously that makes things
They've
more
opened up the street behind the bar. The NSF base is on the other side of the tunnel.
I don't have any tools. Oh, I do have a tools, right? Okay, fucking. Okay. Just want to see what you got in here, buddy. It's funny for him to call me Deus all of a sudden. Aha, I'll take that. And one of those. What was it you said there? P-Dent and Chameleon. Yeah. Ah, fuck it, we hack. But yeah, like, the way that everything's set out in this game is so fucking weird. And, like, it's so dystopian that it just doesn't feel like humanity. Right, okay, there's nothing in there. Okay. Oh. Fucking hell, I'm an idiot. I could have avoided all of that nonsense. Right, so what was it you said? It was behind the bar. Man. Goals notes. Investigate instead to the west behind the bar. See if Paul is telling the truth about Unatco. If he is... this is the hotel. Let's find the bar.
Your buddies at Unatco asked us to steer people away from the Tan.
It's nice to come back here, though. Shame bunny hopping doesn't really do as much as I'd like.
Hey, Mr. Unatco man, you guys going after JoJo?
I'm not going after anybody.
That's pretty logical. Him being hit out in the Tan.
Jojo Fine of the NSF.
The whole street's a Unatco security zone. That's why they sent me down here. They're gonna take that punk out and no one's gonna miss him.
You can forget about Jojo. I left him on his back in the hotel.
Really? That's it?
He's not going to be a problem anymore.
Does that mean the evacuation's over?
You better stay here until the police say it's okay.
Ooh, can I hack this? Oh, infinite security. Fuck you. Where's the bar? I'm trying to remember where the bar is. Yeah, just don't pick up the batteries you find in the street, kids. Where's the bar? There's the bar. Oh, west. Oh, this place wasn't open before. It's Bloodshot, I believe, is the thing he was expecting to hear. Please don't turn out to be a trap. Please don't turn out to be a trap. Please don't turn out to be a trap.
I thought they were shipping you off to Hong Kong.
Had to pack a few things. What's going on here?
Damage control. The NSF got their hands on some pretty sensitive material.
Oh, yeah?
Probably had something to do with my two-faced brother.
Nothing we can't clean up.
Mind if I take a look around?
Go right ahead.
Alright. Okay.
I don't care what they say. Paul was a great agent.
I will say all the Steam vents is kind of cool. I do like that. Oath of service. At least it's not an oath at the moment.
You'll need to send the signal from the satellite dish on the top of the warehouse. If you're unable to hack the computers up there, you'll need the instructions and account information Lebedev sent me. One of our agents who tried to send the signal but got run off left the data cube in a secret area below the garage. Look for a hatch under some boxes. A computer on the 3rd floor can unlock the hatch.
Ooh, a hazmat suit. Okay. Obs. I'm gonna upgrade the ballistic thing because I'm gonna fucking need it.
Just keeping busy.
Oh god, I remember how much time we spent here. I know this place pretty damn well. So on the 3rd floor, there's a computer terminal to open up the thing. I'm pretty sure I already opened that up, but alright. But alright. Med packs, lovely. Yes, tasty, tasty.
But what's it for?
That's a dumb question.
No, really. What does UNATCO need with that kind of money?
Just look around. Think UNATCO be handing out assault guns if funding was left of the UN?
Well...
The uniforms. If it wasn't for Simons, we'd still be wearing those little white helmets.
Yeah?
He's what they call a philanthropist.
Axe this file?
Yeah, all of it. The whole directory.
What I want to know is what he gets in return.
Don't you know what a philanthropist is?
Yeah, like Nietzsche.
No, a philanthropist. Giving to charity.
Oh.
Well, that's why he volunteered for FEMA, to help out after hurricanes and that kind of thing.
That's a lot of money to just give away.
Some people are just good, you know? Good to the bone.
All I'm going to say is, Like Nietzsche? Not Nietzsche. Nietzsche. That's his name. You can wear it out. Oh, okay. That's why we had the... Wait, my torso is all fucked? Right, hang on. What the fuck? Equip. What the fuck? What the fuck? I thought the hazmat suit was supposed to... Oh, we were supposed to have to remove it, I guess. Oh, no. No, no, no! I'm gonna have to redo so much stuff. No, I'm not doing it today. Fuck it. This is what you get today. This is me paying the price for not saving, because this is how long it's been since I've actually played this game. I haven't played this game in a couple of weeks, and this is what I get for it. So, tell you what, off stream, I'm going to get back to this place, and we'll meet each other next week. And I hopefully won't spend all the fucking tools that I end up doing. God damn it, I'm so pissed off at myself. Having to re-record because half an hour of your footage has no audio from me. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. To then follow up with, oh, and you died, and you didn't save. Fuck you. Like, oh, I'm so annoyed at myself. Time is a flat circle, and I am only a train car on the fucking circuit of life. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today. You've seen me achieve nothing except my own frustration. Life is life. But I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for joining us. If you'd like to support the channel, you can give us a subscribe because it's free. You can also support the channel through Patreon or Discord, which you're welcome to do. Sorry, Discord, Coffee, which you're welcome to do, but you don't have to. Beyond that, I guess have a good rest of your day, and thank you for stopping by. So until next time, whether it's Trouble on Twitter, where you can find me at DS Blackheart, Discord on Discord, where you can find me just about everywhere, and of course I'm available on Twitch. All the links are in the description below. Fuck. Bye for now.